In the heart of a bright, green forest, there lived a small family of tortoises. Toru, the father, Tara, the mother, and their little one, Tiny. Together, they explored the wonders of their lush world, moving slowly, but with great curiosity. One day, as they wandered through a patch of flowers, Tiny spotted a big, juicy leaf on the ground. His eyes lit up, and without a second thought, he grabbed it and gobbled it all up, without offering a single bite to his parents. Toru and Tara watched quietly. They didn't scold Tiny, but they exchanged knowing glances. Their little one had much to learn. As the family continued their journey, they reached a glistening pond. Floating on a lily pad was a pile of fresh, green leaves. Toru gently nudged Tiny, "Why don't we share this one?" But Tiny swam ahead, taking all the leaves for himself, leaving his parents behind. Toru and Tara didn't mind. They picked a few smaller leaves and shared them between themselves. They smiled, enjoying their meal, while Tiny ate alone. The next day, the family found themselves in a beautiful meadow, filled with colorful flowers. But once again, Tiny rushed ahead, grabbing the biggest and best flowers for himself, while his parents calmly picked the smaller ones. Just then, dark clouds gathered above, and a sudden rainstorm came crashing down. The family huddled together under a big leaf for shelter. But Tiny took the middle, leaving his parents on the edges, where the rain soaked them. That night, when the storm passed, they came across a patch of mushrooms glowing softly under the moonlight. Tiny rushed in, eating the biggest mushroom right away. But as he enjoyed his meal, a shadow appeared overhead. A large eagle swooped down from the sky. Tiny tried to run, but his belly was too full from eating everything by himself. The eagle circled closer, its sharp eyes locked on him. In a flash, Toru and Tara pulled Tiny under their shells, hiding him from the eagle's talons. They blended into the forest floor, protecting their little one until the eagle flew away, disappointed. Tiny, still shaking from the scare, realized his parents had saved him, even though he hadn't shared or protected them. A feeling of guilt washed over him, as he started to understand. The next morning, they came upon a huge pile of fresh, crunchy leaves. Tiny paused, remembering what had happened. Slowly, he broke a leaf in half, offering the bigger piece to Toru and Tara. Toru and Tara smiled proudly at their son as they accepted his offer. For the first time, the family sat together and shared a meal. They laughed, and Tiny felt the warmth of giving. Later, they found a big, round fruit. Without hesitating, Tiny pushed it toward his parents, letting them take the first bite. They all took turns, enjoying the fruit, as the sun shone brightly above them. From that day on, Tiny walked side by side with his parents, happily sharing everything they found. The forest seemed more magical, more alive, now that Tiny had learned, sharing is caring.